Hello, everybody. It's a big Friday. It's a big Friday
Bursting.
today. It's bursting full of goodness.
Swollen. Infected.
Well, Peter, come on. We've got a little bit of Premier League action to talk about from last night. We've got the games to look forward to this weekend, and the World Cup draw. Fuck. Is happening today.
It's happening.
Robbie Williams is involved.
Okay, right.
The Village people are involved.
What? Oh, they're a bit MAGA, aren't they, nowadays?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Rio Ferdinand.
Tax exile, one of the people.
Gianni Infantini. Got anything bad to say about him?
World-class C word.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea Bocelli.
Oh,
It's harder, isn't it?
It's hard. That is hard.
He's still doing it.
Yeah.
The president, he'll be there, surely.
I mean, the Village people's inclusion basically says that it's a MAGA rally. Isn't it really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, tune in later and find out.
Exactly.
But the draw is happening later today. The whole foul jamboree will kick off at, 5 p.m. UK time. Rio Ferdinand is hosting the draw. We're not talking bollocks. I'm sure a lot of people have seen that, but he's
I'd
hosting
love
the
to
draw.
see him read or cue.
I mean, there is a non-zero possibility that Rio Ferdinand is going to award Donald Trump with the FIFA Peace Prize. I mean, they'll probably have a specific host, but you never know.
Nice.
That's true. That's very true. Well, Nicole Scherzinger, of course.
Yeah.
You can still find her.
Yes, she's still kicking a ball.
Andrea Bocelli is going to perform. If he doesn't do Nessun Dorma, then that's out of order.
Maybe it'll be like a medley.
Maybe he'll do YMCA.
Yeah, exactly.
Join the Village people for it.
Could be. Well, and at some point, every country that has qualified and could qualify will find out who they're going to play against in the first round, because that's what happened last time round when, if you remember, I think Wales were in that situation. They're in that situation again this time, but in the Qatar World Cup, where it'll be, I don't know, Group C will have these three teams and the winner of this playoff. So it could be an array of teams. So
it basically tells you, should I work hard or not? Because I might get to the tournament and get an absolute shoe-in.
If you want an opening game of your group against France, then win that playoff group.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Jim and I will be reacting to everything straight after the draw is finished. Live on the Ramble YouTube channel. We're going to be live,
Whoa,
Jim.
we are.
Yeah, chance for us to get cancelled.
Absolutely.
No fucks and buggers.
No, exactly.
Or loads of them.
Oh, loads of them.
It's who knows?
Depends,
It's live.
It depends how much Jim's had to drink.
Yeah, which I am intending for it to be quite a lot. So tune in.
So come join us tonight and hear all about it. I think we can agree it's going to be eventful. So we will have opinions and things to say, but all the bollocks aside, and there are an enormous amount of bollocks with this, it is the World Cup draw.
Yes. I'm not sure we're going to get to the football. I'm not sure we're going to need to, but it's nice to have it there, isn't it?
It's lovely to have it there. So yes, a live stream on the Football Ramble YouTube channel straight after the draw has finished. It's scheduled to be 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. UK time. These things, they can go over a little bit. So we can't give you a definitive start time.
This is a Bazaar and FIFA house. Doesn't matter.
It is lovely reference, Peter. Hopefully about the back of 7, we will go live and we'll be talking about all this nonsense and lovely World Cup stuff. So we will see you there. Right, on to the Premier League. Manchester United won. West Ham United won. A late goal for West Ham. Got a draw. Manchester United a little bit disappointed, but not bad from West Ham, Peter.
It was the Battle of Fernandes.
Yes.
Fernandes.
I love how when people were trying to pronounce his name and he just went, just say it Fernandes.
Yeah,
I'd rather you got it wrong.
Yeah, but what if one had one rule and one had another rule?
Well, each to their own.
Each to their own, yeah. I mean, one of them, Bruno, did an amazing, quite late on, sort of scissor front shot, kind of, that's just whistled past the post, which I really wish had gone in. But it was very... there's definite improvement on West Ham's side, isn't there, really?
Yeah, massively.
Wasn't against Liverpool. That was a bit of a... They felt they were playing Liverpool of last season. But still...
Even so, though, I mean, the results they've had under Nuno, especially recently, have really... I know they're still, still kind of down there and amongst it, but I think that has really banished the kind of thoughts of relegation from anyone that isn't a kind of West Ham fan, right? Where naturally you might be a bit kind of worried about it.
Because they're still in the relegation zone, but very early.
Sure,
but they've only lost 1 in the last 5.
Yeah, and the momentum's there, right?
Yeah, the thing that West Ham kind of fears most, or West Ham fan fears most, is the transfer window. So they're showing that with players like Magassa and Potts and Fernandes, they've got 3 bloody young footballers who look like they've got something about them. And if Nuno wants to get out of this, probably sort of spend a bit more time with them in the starting 11 than anyone else. So I think it's I'm enjoying watching a team who were terrible at the start of this season. I'm enjoying watching them again, which is really important, I think.
Yeah, we know what Nuno will bring to the table,
but we didn't when he first started at West Ham. It really looked like he didn't really know his best team. He looked very confused.
Yeah,
about
first
goals.
couple of
remember,
games were...
It's West
stepping
Ham.
into that situation, like that would be. I don't.
They're
think
one
there's
of those sides like Fulham, though.
Hey, what? I like Fulham.
Well, I'm just saying.
All right.
You weren't very good at the start of the season either, Marcus.
I was. Blame
I'm
them.
just saying they've got a squad to get out of it.
Yeah.
Not a squad to do much more than that, one would suggest.
Yeah. I think Fulham's a better run club, though.
Yes, well, I agree with that.
That is
They're certainly more competitive in the
cheapest
transfer
point to score.
We've got better toilets.
Actually, I don't know. We're a bigger club than you. Should we have that argument?
Yeah.
Who's a bigger club? It's West Ham.
It's West Ham.
Fine. Well, look, it's a decent, but especially with goal down late on, Magassa certainly enjoyed it. I love it. I love it.
He enjoyed that space.
Well, he did.
Completely unmarked. Diallo's like, oh yeah, I've got to kind of get on him, haven't I? But he didn't.
That's a shame for Dallo because he's obviously scored and he's been pretty good for Man United.
Tidy finish as well, like very sort of quick reaction.
Yes, very much
But
so.
that's
yeah.
how it goes at the theatre of cuck chairs sometimes, isn't it?
Come on. Seriously.
Don't bring the cook chairs in so early.
Unbelievable. Man United were booed off at the end, which is a shame for Manchester United because we know that this season they've been a little bit better. They're only, only a couple of points off the top four, although I suppose, again, all this talk of top four and relegation and so on is all pretty silly at this point in the season. But
yeah, I mean, they're also eighth, kind of illustrating your point there.
Yeah.
They are where they should be.
But this, I mean, Ruben Amorim said, today we need to win no matter what. And they haven't won the game. And it was still a bit pedestrian. They're such a funny side at the moment because last season, we knew what we got from Manchester United. At the start of the season, like I said, there was a bit of a hangover from that Grimsby Town win when they were playing a bit better and so on. And you think, right, they're showing signs of now kicking on, putting a little string results, but they're patchy. And this is the thing. The whole idea of, well, it's Manchester United, I mean, I think that went out the window a few seasons ago. But I look at Man United and I think the attacking talent they got, they should be doing better. Like Cunha and Bumo. Like, to think about what they were doing last season.
Yeah.
Even Cunha for a side that's not particularly... It's for two sides, really, that are not particularly fancy. I know Brentford have
But they
done pretty well.
They were pulling out goals from nowhere, though,
Yeah,
weren't
they were.
they?
Both
It was
of those
long
players,
ranges and
both
stuff.
of them like massively overperformed their XG, and like regardless of what you think of that as a model, it does show that they were scoring from essentially chances that not many players can.
True, yeah. Cunha, they can both score world-class goals, no doubt about that. But Cunha, in and around the box, was very effective. And he's just not getting any of that. And again, you look at that Manchester United system and you think it's not getting the best out of those two players that you spent a lot of money. I thought they were good signings because they are good signings. That's not my opinion. It's fact, Jim. No, I thought, as a lot of people did, whoa, okay, fair enough. That's, and you got two players who could maybe play in those positions. They're versatile forward players. But it's not really happening. Again, you had a little patch where Mbeumo scored a couple of goals, in the last few games or whatever it was. It doesn't hugely surprise me again that they're booed off because it's like, when is this going to happen? We're in December now.
Yeah.
And yes, there's been little signs of improvement, but what is improvement come the end of the season is an 8th place finish like, well, handshakes all round, lads.
I mean, I think this makes me think of Jim Ratcliffe a little while ago saying that, they back him for 3 years, etc. And I mean, there were a lot of comparisons with Amorim to Mikel Arteta, right, when he first came in, because the idea is it's project building. They're going to back him for a long time.
Seems
He's a young
generous
manager
now.
there. Well, it does, but at the same time, I mean, Arteta had 2 8th place finishes in a row.
The knives were out
I know
for him,
they
weren't
were. Well, they were, yeah, and I know that obviously they finished way below that last season.
FA Cup win.
But of course, all of those things. But I mean, there were times where it just wasn't particularly good. You could tell the players didn't fit the system. That he couldn't play the exact type of football he wanted to because, as I say, he didn't have the players. So there were compromises all over the place, and gradually it got better and better, and you saw more of what is essentially what his intention was. And it's the same here, isn't it? I think it's going to be like this for the rest of the season at least. I think it'll be really interesting to see if if Man United do stick with him, whatever happens. Because that is, I feel like we say this every time they change a manager. It's like the one thing they haven't tried since Alex Ferguson came in. But like really, really sticking with him and like giving him almost a free pass to get booed and to draw at home against West Ham when they're not in the best of shapes is something they might just simply have to do to sort of see this project through.
But the problem is that they don't have the buying power of an Arsenal, do they? They're just so hamstrung.
I don't know. When you look at Mbeumo and Cunha and Sesko coming, it's a pretty good window, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. I mean, you make a fair point with the Arteta comparison. I know people are always very quick to mention Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool at this time as well. I think that's a little bit different. I mean, comparisons are never 100%.
No, exactly.
Go, well, what about that? Yeah, of course, you're talking about the general picture and the general sort of feel.
Vibe. You're talking about vibe.
We're talking about vibes. It's all about vibes.
Klopp was way more established.
Of course he was. Yeah, of course. And you knew it was going to get good.
Yeah.
When at some point, I understand it wasn't perhaps immediate, but again there was a bit of sorting out there. Yeah,
I mean, Klopp promised heavy metal football, and Ruben Amorim was talking about how much he hates his kids. Not that long into it. It is quite different.
Yeah. Better news for those associated with Manchester United, particularly if you work there. It's been reported that they will have a Christmas party this year. So Jim has changed his mind. He's changed his tune. With Christmas stuff.
Wants credit for that, does he?
Christmas is on.
Cancelled the Christmas party this year. Love me.
Good news, everybody! It's going ahead.
You do see a lot of like Grinch is in a lot of like television and stuff. It's very Grinchy Christmas.
Yeah,
they've sort of really cashing in this Christmas, aren't they? The Seuss Corporation.
I thought it'd come into kind of public domain or something, but apparently not. No,
it
they
felt
just
like that.
rinsing
No,
it.
all over Aldi is a Grinchy stuff, but he, with his little wispy beard, he does have a bit of a Grinch about him.
That's an
Grinchy
easy
vibe.
Photoshop.
I feel he's more
Very easy.
Krampus. You know, some cultures.
Who's Krampus?
Just Google Krampus.
I'm familiar with the term.
It's really scary.
Right.
Like,
You have a little Google. This is right up your alley,
All
Donaldson.
right,
it's really scary overstates it.
No, if you're a child.
Yeah, but
if you're
I'm not a child.
If you're a child,
You are a child. Jim, just think about this, right? If you were told, if you're good, you get Christmas presents, right? You're thinking, now your quid's in. However, think about some of the stuff you've done. If you're not good, then Krampus turns up. And, I mean, he doesn't do anything to you, to be fair, but rotten potatoes in your shoes is one of them.
Right. Oh, I thought he
rotten
ate
potatoes.
Yeah, something like that. Basically, I think, Peter, I think it's, there's certain countries. I think this is very much a sort of central and northern European thing. Krampus.
Right.
It could be some other cultures as well, but it's definitely some countries.
Eastern Alpine, it's Central and Eastern Alpine folkloric tradition.
Well, there you go.
Just a little bastard, basically.
Always
little
shocking.
Christmas
He
bastard.
accompanies Saint Nick.
Yeah.
Right, so he's friends.
Oh, right.
So
No,
he's
that doesn't necessarily mean they're friends.
So-
He's there to do a job.
Right.
And
he's his muscle.
again, I don't think they're in agreement. I'm thinking that.
Well, I mean, then why is he giving him a lift in the sleigh?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. No one said
sorry,
that, did they?
I think Santa is enabling this.
Well, you
Out of order.
I'll tell you what, he's out of order. You saying that about a man like Saint Nick, okay?
You judge a man by his friends, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they never said they were friends. But anyway, I think the rotten potatoes thing probably comes from countries where you'd have a lot of potatoes knocking around. There's a couple of rotten ones. You've been a little sod. Have them.
Got to do something with
No
them.
toys for you. But anyway, let's hope that Sir Jim doesn't take that train of thought and does give the staff there a good old Christmas party. Because if you remember last year, he cancelled it. There was lots of redundancies around this time as well, or certainly before that. The £100 Christmas bonus that was given to all the staff was reduced to a £40 M&S voucher.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like M&S.
Yeah.
Has Sir Jim
That's
got a
barely
deal?
a cardigan these days,
Yeah.
though, is it?
I saw a report on this exact story the other day, which had a brilliant typo in it, which essentially
I saw
said that exact thing, but said that the staff bonus was reduced to a £40 million M&S voucher. Like that is,
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't say no,
Stocks and
but it's
shares,
like,
isn't
can I use it anywhere other than M&S? No, absolutely not.
It kinda- like,
I can't buy a house then. Nope.
At first, it would be amazing. And then you would go, I can't cash in any of it. No. Like, okay, you do the weekly shopping there, fine. Well, you're going to have a Christmas party. And something else that Manchester United are rumoured to have also agreed to is launching a basketball team.
All right, okay.
The head of the...
Because they've perfected football, haven't they?
Well, come on, don't be naughty.
Come on, don't you?
The head of the Italian Basketball Association, or whatever it's called, he says that
Spinning
Manchester
a ball
United...
on his hand.
Exactly, yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. Magic Gianni or something his name is. And he was saying that they basically want to create a European Super League for basketball.
Yes, you can't get it done with football.
Are they definitely going to play basketball?
There you
They're
go.
just going to turn up.
As soon as the court just puts the ball on the floor, booting it around.
Where's this court
no.
made of grass? It's too big. Hang on a minute.
This is a five-a-side league. So apparently that's what the Europe NBA is what they're sort of touting around. And he said Manchester United is the biggest football club in the world.
Yeah, well, they've actually had a basketball team before in the
they?
1980s. Yeah, and Real Madrid and Barcelona have basketball teams now.
Well,
so
Spain and
it's
Italy,
actually
it's big.
not as kind of...
Because like European versions of American sports is cool. They make loads of money and last forever.
Yeah, very true.
Cool.
Well, if it does go ahead, then as you say, Jim, does it set a precedent? Could Arsenal get back into the European Super League?
I would hope so.
You're not signed up.
Yeah, I know. I don't mind that at all.
They have set players, don't they?
Playing Fulham.
Oh, well.
Ooh, bit of rivalry going on. Lovely.
Might snatch a Europa League spot again. Chance for it if all those teams buggered off. Oh, dear.
No, to clarify, I was protesting at the stadium.
Were you actually?
I was, yeah.
Good man. Were you passing by and you thought, there's people shouting, I'll get involved? Well, anyway, West Ham travel to Brighton on Sunday. We know that you can win at Brighton now.
Yeah, Max,
in the league.
One match,
but that's what they
you
do.
do have to let in 3, though.
You do. That's the thing. Manchester United travel to Wolves on Monday
There
night.
we go.
There
we
go.
go. Can I just make the point now? Wolves have got 2 points. This time last season, Southampton had 5. Oof. I think surely the talk of are they going to break the Derby record is here.
Is it back on?
Yeah. Surely 2 points.
Oh,
you don't want points.
You don't want that from Rob Edwards, do you?
No, absolutely not. I don't want it. But I think all of us want to see someone be worse than that Derby team, right? Just there's a sort of rubbernecking element.
There is.
There's nothing personal against whoever the team is. But
This is like 2 fatbergs fighting in a sewer, isn't it? Yeah. Fucking shitty wet wipes just smashing into each other. And that's the noise it makes.
That's an excellent noise.
Yeah.
That's a bit harsh on Manchester United. You see, you've gone too low there. Okay, I'm back on board.
It's a different
all right,
type
he's
of
won that argument.
The only argument you can win with.
Okay. Well, let me remind you, Peter, that they're 4 points above your beloved Newcastle United in the table.
That's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Well, that is one of those games, though, isn't it? That if
Don't try and draw me into your partisan bullshit.
Yeah. You are probing for weak spots all over the place today.
Go and trying to find a little vent you can jam a plasma beam
I
down.
just want a bit of a fan channel vibe in here today. Man United going to Wolves on a Monday night is primed to kind of Wolves get their first win of the season.
Right,
territory.
nice. Yeah.
But we shall see. Maybe we're being a bit harsh, but Rob Edwards certainly has his work cut out for him. So, we wish them well.
Yeah, but I mean, the rebuttal to that would be, have you seen Wolves?
Yeah, it's very true.
It's like off Hwang Hee-chan's arse. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be a 1-0 win to Wolves.
Okay, well, that's our prediction at this early stage. All right, coming up after this, can Aston Villa join the title race?
Did you enjoy, guys? Huh? Yeah, nice, huh?
Did you?
Me?
Did you enjoy it?
My God, I lose my hair.
Well, back to the Football Ramble, everybody. That's Pep gloating about Manchester City beating Fulham the other night. Yaya Toure, a man who fell out with Pep Guardiola, of course, apparently has been saying some things about Mr. Guardiola. When speaking about Pep recently, he said, "I don't see a man, I see a snake." A little bit David Icke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Meerkat. I go for.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pep is more meerkat. Like
Meerkat,
yeah.
A very dedicated meerkat who doesn't watch videos of his team anymore.
And he's often doing like the FTSE 100 and checking all that kind of stuff because he's just comparing the markets. Not having that. Okay.
Do you want a fact about Krampus?
Yeah.
Apparently, if a child is misbehaved, Krampus takes all of their gifts away and gives them a silver branch to represent the child's bad acts. And I think I'd like a silver branch. That's valuable.
Yeah, I don't think it's made of pure silver, though, is it?
You don't know what Krampus does.
I don't. But I think that would be financially ruinous for Krampus.
Krampus is running at a massive deficit.
Exactly, yeah.
His whole business plan is out the window.
terrible.
So what were the rotten potatoes? Have I just made that up?
I think there's different variations. That's just in Bosnia, apparently.
Oh, I see. Regional variations.
Yes,
Everybody do
exactly.
check what your local Krampus does. So
What does your Krampus do? What do you call Krampus where you live?
to avoid an unwanted surprise, do check what local Krampuses are doing.
Yes.
Aston Villa against Arsenal, Saturday, 12:30, tomorrow, early afternoon. It is a huge one in the Premier League. It is first versus third. Aston Villa have clawed their way up the table, winning 5 of their last 6. They've been impressive. They've got a great win against Brighton midweek. Jim Campbell, if they win this game of football, it's a huge if, of course, they would move to within 3 points of Arsenal. Is it too early to say Aston Villa are on the verge?
Well, I mean, you are very much the custodian of the verge.
Yeah.
So I would leave that to you.
Well, I'll let
Does
you
the
know.
verge matter?
Yeah, well, it could do. I mean, I'll let you know tomorrow afternoon, shall I?
Yes.
But it's a huge game.
It is, and it's a test for Arsenal because Aston Villa are a hugely informed team, and they've played Chelsea and Sunderland recently, and not been able to beat either. And obviously, they are also 2 very, very informed teams. So it's going to be a real fascinating encounter. This, I think, early kickoff as well. Unai Emery has kind of had Mikel Arteta's number on a few occasions, so it's going to be an interesting sort of tactical battle as well. They've been very successful, Villa, in the past with having that kind of almost like that midfield square and that kind of mid block.
You calling it a midfield square? Because a lot of people call it a midfield box.
Sure, you know.
No, I like the fact you're going
Same
square.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah. You prefer the 2D rather than the 3D.
Well, yeah, why not? I mean, it may well be different this time. I'm sure it is. I'm sure they'll kind of mix the tactics up. But they're a really, really tough proposition, Aston Villa. They don't concede a huge amount of goals. I know they conceded 3 the other night, but that kind of bucked the trend a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see what sort of team Arsenal put out as well. I'm hoping that William Saliba will be available. Christian Mosquera went off the other night, so I don't think he'll be available if Saliba isn't, which means you probably shift Timber into the back 4, and then you have Ben White playing on the right. He played very well the other night, but first 90 minutes in a while, so that might be something to factor in. Is Odegaard going to play? He played 90 the other night as well. Don't know. It's an exciting thing about Arsenal at the moment that you don't know who's going to play.
Yeah.
But the volume of injuries at the moment means that actually I think that they've done really well for that not to be an issue and it not to be a conversation. But I do wonder if sooner or later that will catch up. Just the sort of inconsistent options.
I'm sure you'll find out over a very congested Christmas period.
Sure, we will.
Culturally, Marcus, it has to be said that this is like Aston Villa, long-range missiles, Arsenal, trench warfare, free kicks.
Yeah, hand grenades.
Hand grenades.
Yeah.
It's culturally going to be very different.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Villa did score goals inside the box against Brighton. Is that
Again, book the trend.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that game was a bit of an odd one, wasn't it? With Ollie Watkins, though, now you have to say back in form. That's come at the wrong time for
He's
Arsenal.
been Arsenal's Krampus on many occasions.
Silver bloody branches all over the guy.
Yeah, you were thinking to yourself, that's the last thing Arsenal needed to see him finishing with a plum.
I mean, there was a period where Arsenal was stopping teams having shots at all. If they can do that again, that would be ideal.
That would be ideal.
You do have to defend less deep, I imagine, with Villa, because they do hit them from long.
I mean, you said obviously there was that stat, wasn't there, that if Villa carry on like this, they'll be on for the record for scoring the most amount of goals outside the box in a Premier League season.
Yeah.
So there's something in that. They're not shy of shooting from range.
Well, they've got a lot of players who are very good at it.
Well,
right?
indeed, yeah. So with Arsenal, how do they? Because again, there was. I mean, Arsenal's defence. Obviously, they've got the injuries, but I mean, it has been for a large part of this season already. It's been airtight. So
stay on your line, Rhea.
He
won't though.
He won't.
He
simply
loves
can't.
a little foray up the pitch.
yeah, he's better at it than Nick Pope.
He is better
But
at it.
there is a man behind me where. Like you hear his blood pressure before you hear him sit down behind you, and David Raya has taken years off of his life.
Right. Sounds like you could do a podcast with me.
They are. Do you think he'll go for Martin Odegaard in the midfield? I mean, how did he get on against Brentford?
He was very good. Yeah, he was kind of exactly what you want from Odegaard in terms of just kind of very all action, kind of kept things ticking in midfield. He was sort of dropping deeper than I expected him to do this season, but obviously that's. His game will be adjusted over time, I think.
Yeah. So and Eze came on for Martinelli, obviously on that left side. Is that? I mean, that's really probably what it's going to be, despite...
I think when everybody is fit, when in air quotes, that will probably be the chosen 11.
Yeah,
or that that configuration of those two players.
I mean, do you think, because Eze's, it's lovely seeing him in the middle and doing his thing, but obviously one can't forget what Odegaard has consistently done in an Arsenal shirt in that position.
And Eze drifts inside anyway.
Yeah.
So there is an element of kind of hoping that you can get the best out of all of them at the same time, which I'm sure they'll be trying to configure and make work.
Yeah.
I mean, as well, Eze started on the left quite a few times at the beginning of the season, and he was fairly effective. Definitely more so in the middle, but it's early days in terms of him playing there.
It is early days indeed. Arsenal, we spoke about their signings of the Ecuadorian twins, the Quintero twins. One is described as a left-footed right winger, the other is a right-footed attacking midfielder. They're only 16.
One can tell the truth.
Yeah. One supports Arsenal, one supports Spurs. But it's unlikely that we're going to see them anytime soon. But I just thought, I love that, the fact that Arsenal is like, get more attackers, get more...
Yeah.
I've never seen these lads play, but if they are not jinky, quick, creative players, then
And helpfully, one of them has they both have different haircuts. I could just have the same haircut.
Why is that unhelpful?
Because it'd be confusing.
They're thinking of the
The
commentator.
opposition.
That's true.
Thinking of the commentators.
I mean, they're not able to join for a couple of years.
No.
So it's going to be a while before we
only
see
if
that.
they're good boys.
Yes, indeed.
They get a
They won't
golden branch.
Ecuadorian crampers is probably quite extreme, I would imagine.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe. Well, anyway, so yeah, first versus third, a good game to start Saturday off. I think everyone will agree, because Villa have taken one more point than Arsenal in their last 9 games.
They've been really, really good. This is a tough away game.
Yes, indeed. It'd be interesting to see if Emi Martinez has recovered in time for it. I mean, presumably Arsenal would prefer it if he hasn't.
Yeah, probably not. Obviously, he's a fantastic goalkeeper.
Playing like the leader of the league is just very much Emi Martinez's vibe
absolutely.
as well.
Especially a team he played for.
Yes, exactly.
And there's been a sort of surprising amount of needle between Arsenal fans and Martinez in the past. I've not really quite understood why that is, because he won the FA Cup while there and did very well for us. But
it's Emi Martinez.
Well, you're right. Good point.
There we are. All right, coming up after this, it's the Thomas Frank Derby. Spurs host Brentford tomorrow at 3 p.m. Tottenham are 1 point worse off than they were at this stage last season. And we remember what happened last season. It's not boding well.
It's not. They've won 3 Premier League games at home in 2025, which is obviously absolutely damning. And they've only got two opportunities to add to that, which is this game and Liverpool visiting on the 20th of December. And that is... They have to arrest that. They have to arrest that slump.
They have to get something crazy, because it's just like away. We said it before, the pressure's off, but at home it's becoming quite toxic.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, isn't it?
Well, I mean, Luke's mentioned that many times. You're right. That what does he hear? He says they're ready to go, aren't they? The fans, and it's like they're so shite at home. I mean, I know that rightly always point at that Europa League win, but the hangover from those home losses and those home performances, particularly towards the end of the season, where it was like I say, it was disrespectful to those fans. Just how bad it was. I understand that if you're not playing well, you can lose it. The complete and utter lack of intensity. Now that's all in the past now, but with those fans, they're still quite jaded from that, I think. And
when you're seeing 2 holding midfielders, you're like, we're not doing anything today.
Yeah, but I mean, 2 holding midfielders is fine, depending on the occasion, though. I mean, I suppose, against Brentford, you'd want more of an attacking...
Against most teams, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when you're Spurs at home, you should be setting the agenda
who
for
should you be worried
games.
about at home?
Fulham. I mean, they shut themselves the first 5 minutes of that game, didn't they? No, you're right, though. They should be trying to play on the front foot. In fact, that's what Fulham often do. Now, Spurs are a better team than Fulham. We know that. They've a better squad of players. But Fulham often try, as a number of sides, a lot of sides do in the league, you think, right, we're at home, we'll try and set the agenda. Now, quite clearly, if very much a superior team turns up, it's fair to say maybe they didn't do that against Man City because they were 5-1 down. But, that's what you've got to do. You've got to assert yourselves. And I think with Spurs, when Frank went there, I thought, this is the pragmatism they need. Well, I think...
Can we have the pragmatism like in the week rather than 5 minutes before they go on the field? You're not playing. You're playing. You're going to be playing there. What?
Yeah, but you've already submitted the team sheet.
Have I?
That's against the rules, Thomas. All right, fine. You're all back in. I just... they needed a little bit of pragmatism after what happened last season. But he's clearly not got going. It's a mixed bag. They were in a false position in the league for a while. They've lost... They haven't they haven't won in their last 5 games. Huge pressure here, because this is a side who Brentford have just carried it on from Frank, haven't they? They I think they've done pretty well. I mean, they've lost 7 games this season, quite a lot of games, that is. But they've also won 6. So they're a side who hate a draw.
Yes,
a bit like Spurs last season. But they know what they're doing. It's just they have a limited squad, but they are really making the most of it. And Keith Andrews as well has done a really good job so far this season, because they were the side that I think a lot of people were worried about. But that sort of the Brentford way and the Brentford feeling and whatever you want to call it has carried on post Frank, which has been really, really impressive. And I'm sure a lot of Brentford fans have found quite a lot of cheer in that, for want of a better word. With Spurs, they're going to look at this and go, we fancy a bit of this. Absolutely, they will. You know that they've got forwards that can score goals. You've got Geordie Henderson pulling the strings, who's been playing well.
Yeah, he's been good.
And Thomas Frank is just, I think this would be the last fixture he wants. Maybe the away fixture, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like they really need something.
Well, they seem more comfortable away from home at the moment.
Well,
don't
true.
They? And that's the problem. I mean, I suppose the flip side of that is when they do get a win, the players will go bananas. Which will be something to build on, right?
Depending on the manner of the victory, though, I would go as far to say there will be relief, because 3 points is 3 points. But I think performances are very important for Spurs, because they'll always be able to scrape results here and there because they've got a squad of players that can do that, and they're clearly not one of the worst teams in the league. But they've got to go and prove that. And
Brentford at home and then Slavia Prague. 2 winnable fixtures. We shouldn't be making excuses for them, really, I think.
Yeah, they've been all right in Europe, I think, haven't they, in their home form?
I mean, better against PSG. Still lost the game, but that can happen. But again, their start to the Champions League the fixtures have been quite fortuitous, really. So, all things considered, I think they've done all right. Obviously, I know it's the Champions League, but you think about Bodo Glimt away, just scraping a result there, and people say, it's a tough place to go. Yeah, fine. Anyway, without getting bogged down in too many of the weeds of this. So the onus is on Tottenham Hotspur here. I think that'll suit Brentford absolutely fine. If Spurs don't win this game, and it's another poor performance, the atmosphere is going to be really bad. I mean,
it's another Fulham, because that's the thing that kind of turned everyone against Frank a little bit, I think.
Well, it's been reported in Italy that Vicario is considering leaving Spurs after being booed by his own fans. That could just be paper talk.
He's just been nominated for Save of the Month.
Has he?
Premier League Save of the Month.
It's quite easy speculation to make that, isn't it?
It is very easy speculation to make, I suppose, but that's what it's been reported in Italy. So we shall see if there's any truth in that over the coming months. But they need something, and they cannot start slowly against Brentford. Bloody Nora. Again,
come on, fans, get behind your team.
Yes, exactly. So I think a lot of I think it's probably just as well for them that it's at 3:00 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Because if that was a televised game, a lot of people would be tuning in, thinking, "Oh, what's going to happen?" Ooh.
That's what the Brentford fans should do all game.
Yeah. Every time
Spurs touch the ball.
Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Leeds United host Liverpool Saturday 5:30. That is televised.
I feel like this game should be on Monday night and in 1995.
I see what you mean.
Tony Yeboah should score an absolute screamer of a volley.
Because Thistle Hotel should be front and centre.
Absolutely. Regardless of the fact that isn't going to be the case, Elland Road is going to be so up for this, and I'm really excited about this game.
They love playing Liverpool, they love playing Man United, they love playing Newcastle, they love playing the 90s sides.
They do, yeah. And I mean, they'll be so full of kind of vim and vigour after the result they got against Chelsea. And obviously, the kind of headspace that Liverpool are in.
Yeah. This is not a good time to be playing Leeds United, especially at Elland Road. They have, the last couple of performances have been a lot better for them. And against Chelsea, they were brilliant. I understand Chelsea, the intensity of those games against Barcelona and then against Arsenal, difficult to carry that in to the next game. But my goodness, Leeds were great value for the win. and really needed that. And they and a lot of their fans will want to shut up people like us and a lot of other people around the country going, well, the bottom three's probably set. We think it's, Wolves. Wolves fans, I think, can forgive everybody for thinking that. Burnley might have a right to be a little bit pissed off, but they've lost 5 of the last 5, and Leeds were the other side. But with that victory off the back of 4 losses, and again, that loss against Man City was a tough one to take because I think they deserved something out of it. Yeah. That's them turning around going, right, up yours, everybody. We're going for this. A Liverpool side, which we all know about, this has got potential to be a very, very interesting game.
Former Everton man Dominic Calvert-Lewin could be interested. Interested in a goal?
To me, he's not really the type to use that sort of stuff as fuel.
No.
Is he?
He's on a different plane than everyone else, I think.
How would you? I don't know how you would sort of
aloof.
Quite
aloof. I
don't know if he's not like the archetypal, kind of right.
He's not Jamie Vardy, is he?
No, he's not Jamie Vardy. No, but whatever he's doing, it seems to be beginning to work in these last couple of fixtures because he's among the goals again.
I also think this is one of those kind of little stretches of fixtures that you look at on paper and go, oh bloody hell, Man City and then Chelsea and then Liverpool, and that's difficult. But given the manner of their defeat against Man City and the result they got against Chelsea, they'll be relishing this. They'll be ready for this level and up for it. It's actually
a lot of players at that level. If you're signing players from a championship kind of position, want to be playing these kind of fixtures, and they are stepping stone clubs, so therefore they do raise their game, and it can be quite galling, I think, for fan bases to see teams. Your team kind of raising itself for matches like Liverpool, but they're there to be got at Liverpool, especially away from home.
Well, and also now, you would expect Farke to probably stick with a 3-5-2, wouldn't you? That's another thing with setting up against Leeds. Now, one might say, well, will Liverpool care too much about what Leeds are doing? Last season, obviously Leeds weren't in the league, but last season, no, they wouldn't have done. They'd have just been solely focused on what they're doing. Whereas Slot has to look at this and he has to go, right, hang on. They've started to get a bit of joy with that little switch that he's made. And the wing-backs have been causing problems. They're looking pretty solid in the centre of the pitch. Pete, you were talking about how effective Ampadu was, rightly so. Get Tanaka on the ball from the edge of the box. Thank you very much. More of that, please. So there's food for thought for them. I think that... I think the days of Szoboszlai playing right back are surely gone.
Yeah,
I think that's been well documented. If I was Slot, I'd be like, surely you're going to get Joe Gomez in there at some point. He seemed to be sort of fairly steady against West Ham. And the question is, does he play Mo Salah?
Yeah, Salah's
bringing him in a very intimidating atmosphere where they're going to be snapping into every tackle.
Yeah. He's rested though, isn't he? It depends on whether he trusts him to sort of do the defensive work that will absolutely be required in a game like this.
He's starting to feel more and more like quite a handy sort of substitute though, isn't he, really? It's kind of like bring him on. Oh, I got something to think about then, haven't you?
Yeah. Out of just pure respect for what he's done.
Especially when you wing back to knackered.
And what he's capable of. I suppose so. Against Sunderland, they've said Gravenberch and McAllister playing their roles. Szoboszlai was more kind of on that right side of attack, if I remember correctly, which I prefer Szoboszlai in the centre. But then he's trying to get Wirtz and Gakpo in there. The conversation with Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai, I suppose I'm harking back to last season. It's such a solid midfield. Yeah. If I'm a Liverpool fan, that's probably what I really want to see. I know they've spent an absolute fortune on players in front of them, but sometimes you look at other clubs, notably Manchester City. Sometimes your players take a while to bed in, and even if that is a whole season, then so be it. They've not signed Wirtz for 2 seasons, have they?
No.
So that's what I would be wanting to see, especially in a game like this. You want 3 really tough operators in the centre of the pitch to match up Leeds. So that's what I would be thinking personally. Does Isak start? For me, absolutely not. I think I know he scored against West Ham, but to me, I would much rather Ekitike in if I was a Liverpool fan.
Oh, 100%.
And do you know what? It's funny, isn't it, how we go on about him, because whenever he comes on, he seems to sort of do something, whether it's score a goal or make a block on the line. Yeah. But Chiesa, he seems to be the only one of the few Liverpool players that does have a bit of intensity and stuff.
And also, when he,
I wonder if he starts it. I know he's not one of the best forward players, which is why he's not starting. And people might look at that and say, that's really easy to say, oh, start Chiesa. Come on, there's more quality in there. But I don't think it's the most ridiculous
the quality
idea.
isn't showing itself, is it? We were talking about this
No.
recently on the show.
And Federico Chiesa, he's not some tin pot player.
No.
Let's be forget. He won the Euros
Liverpool
only a few
have
years
had
ago.
in recent memory tin pot forwards. So
I mean, going back a while there, but fine. But I think this game, for a number of reasons, is very interesting. And now the Liverpool starting 11 or the selection of particular players is a talking point. And so when that team sheet comes out, all eyes are on it. And then what's going to subsequently happen? And this is what Liverpool really don't want. But it's where they are. It's been reported that, funnily enough, Real Madrid are no longer interested in signing Ibrahim Konate.
the piece on that
They
says
should sign Mark Gay. It'd be hilarious.
the piece on that says, the top of the piece says, Real Madrid is no longer pursuing a transfer. Here's why the Spanish giant is cool on a deal. I mean, you could just have a picture of some eyes underneath that. So I go, well, we watched him.
He's not that good at
He's
the
fallen
moment.
off a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has. Poor old Konate. Now, Mr. Tanaka, the Leeds United hero
howitzer
of
wielder.
the Chelsea game, his primary school teacher travelled from Japan to Ellen Road to watch his former student play in that game against Chelsea, and of course scored that goal. What a lovely story that is, eh?
It is.
Come on, Peter.
Yeah, but then you remember Kawasaki's basically where the airport is, so just could walk to the airport, couldn't he?
Sorry, what?
You're saying it's not that,
Just say it's not that much of
hard
a schlep,
journey.
yeah. If you lived out
is
in
there
the
a direct flight from Kawasaki to Leeds?
there'll be one to London. You get the GNAR up there.
That's
up
your
north.
takeaway from this story.
I'm just saying the primary school teacher.
I've been to Japan. Absolutely. I think that's the worst take you've ever had on this show. That is.
Well, I look forward to seeing it repeated in the comments.
To be fair, we don't know how well the primary school teacher knew him. Maybe he didn't teach him for that long. Maybe
he was
he's got-
horrible. Maybe he
Hang on.
hated him.
What? He's here.
It feels like a
That's
threat.
weird.
He threw a chalk rubber at me.
Yeah, maybe he's I mean, there's a lovely picture of him on X, and he's holding up a T-shirt of a photo which has been printed onto the T-shirt, presumably of him when he was a teacher. Looks like he's wearing a Germany shirt,
Right.
And the young Tanaka, who's also wearing some sort of football shirt. I can't quite see what that is. So
Why has he not put the T-shirt on though? It's confusing.
because it was flipping freezing.
Put it over your clothes.
No, he's holding it up so he's
Just signed for Leeds.
Hold
Yeah,
it up by
exactly.
wearing it.
I
That's what
regret.
T-shirts
Why did
for.
Why did
Bring
I
a
bring
poster.
this?
Way more portable.
Why did I bring this sad little pathetic story to the table of Mr. Japan
Get a picture
over
out on
there?
your phone.
If anyone's going to talk about Japan, it's going to be me.
Thank you.
Right.
Good.
Apparently, it's really easy to get. Do you know what? If you're going to go to Japan, don't even book a hotel. You can be there and back
You
in
can
a
go,
day.
you can go to Tanaka's
13
teacher's house.
hours.
You can go
Easy.
to Tanaka's teacher's
Yeah.
house. Nice and easy. Fine. You can't fly over Russia anymore, so it does elongate the journey a little bit.
Okay.
But straight off Hanada, walk to Tanaka's house, hang out with his teacher.
Yeah, to be
In your
fair,
football shirts.
this primary school teacher should really have a season ticket to Ellen Road because you could get there every Saturday, couldn't he, for these games? Piss take.
Fucking December, it's in term. What's he doing?
What is he doing? And what are we doing, everybody? Right.
So don't pull on that thread, Marcus.
Right, everybody. We're nearly at the end of the show. It's about time for me to remind everybody that my biddy aunt is happening this afternoon. It's Jim versus
God.
Pete.
I don't like that I've been put, after a strong performance against Luke the first time, I've been pulled into this nonsense.
What do you mean?
This game situation.
What,
I
you
used to
have
be
to
able to
play
opt
it?
out. Yeah, I used to be able to opt out of it. I don't like it.
No, Jim, you did that for too long. But the fans
long.
want you in. They've been
Fans want
impressed
me
with
in.
your performances, even though you got beaten by Luke last time convincingly. As
I'm
the
the
scoreline would suggest.
Chiesa.
You are the Federico Chiesa of this. I thought you went down swinging.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it was very Ange
Boys keep swinging.
Spurs Ange Postecoglou
Right.
last season,
Nice.
but one of the more intense performances.
Okay.
And I think people they want to see you. They want to see you play this game, and it's Jim Campbell
It
Yeah.
is. It's me.
who's going to be
Nice.
playing for
Okay.
you. It'll be available to listen later today, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to the Football Ramble in your podcast app so that you never miss an episode. There we are, gentlemen. Right, thank you very much for listening to the Football Ramble, part of the Acast Creator Network. Remember to join us on YouTube this evening following the World Cup draw for our full reaction to all that blooming nonsense. It's going to be great.